We're active people. We're flag people too. 1 year after the Indianapolis 500, we decided to ride our bicycles back the 225 miles to Chicago. We must have found over 1,000 flagpoles and flags. Half of them no longer even fly flags, and most of the others had broken down parts, makeshift parts that eat up a new flag fast. That's when we became the FlagRunners.
We're going to take you through the entire cable assembly here in a minute. I mean, from the winch all the way up to the top of the pole, through the truck, and onto the apparatus, the parts, the stainless steel parts and the cables that hold the flag to the flagpole up at the top of the flag all the way through. You know, chances are things got out of hand, something broke. You finally had a problem like this where 3/16" jet aircraft cable finally broke, but you find out that you used a hasp nut, that you never clipped it back, that the wind's been torquing on this big 600 square foot flag or something you got flying up there 75 feet in the air. You're gonna have to go ahead and get this expensive cable because this won't happen again. When you set it up with the right parts, the right stainless steel thimbles, stainless steel swivels, copper crimps, and you're not afraid to cut it back every 4 or 5 years, the honeymoon with the flagpole can remain. That's what the FlagRunners are all about. Let's go over this from the point of where it broke. At some point, one of the guys used a hasp nut, and over the years they didn't watch it close enough, and you see what started eating up the flag? That's eating up the flag. This, it's rusting. These frayed filaments from the stainless steel cable. I put a little piece of electrical tape here. We're gonna cut this off. We use our wire cutters. When we cut it back, it becomes strong again. So it got weak here and here. It broke, everything came down. Now we're gonna put it back up. Let's rebuild our cable assembly. One of the things that's nice to use is a swivel that allows to keep the tension off of the wound filaments. That way they don't begin to unravel and start to weaken. It's strong the way it's made. A swivel will keep it from unbinding or binding up. So we're going to try to put our thimble onto our swivel. We're going to need a crimping tool. That's always a little bit of a problem. Sometimes you can rent one. Sometimes somebody you know owns one. They're a little bit rare. Ours is a Klein. We're going to take a big copper crimp. We're going to slide our cable through. We're going to bring this around our thimble. We're going to bring it back around the thimble and through the crimp. We're going to keep it tight. You can see where I taped it. You just back this off like so. You don't want a lot of extra filament because that's going to cut into your flag, snag your flag. That's a drag. Now I'm going to need all hands on deck to get this crimp on here. Let's do a crimp. We've had to set up a new crimp, and we've started it. You can see we crimp it on both sides with our crimping tool. Now we're going to do it again so that it's got a good snug fit. It's like a double crimp. Knowing how to cut this back an inch or two, having enough room on your cable later to keep cutting this back, just like you have to replace your flag, sometimes you gotta cut this back and reset this thimble. That's what'll keep your flag flying.
Thanks for watching the FlagRunners, brought to you by FlagDesk.com.